Hi, my name's Steve. Welcome to this quick tips video. Back again to give you just some edited highlights, actually, this time about the insurance needs for small business. And just at the outset, just let me say that it is actually really relating to the situation in the UK. I'm guessing that in other parts of the world, the business insurance requirements are actually slightly different. So this is particularly for UK businesses, this one. It might give you some ideas, but yeah, just to to get that out of the way, the disclaimer at the front end, yeah, it relates to UK situation. Um, Naturally, as business begins to expand and people often get slightly confused or maybe a bit anxious about the type of insurance and the risks that they need to cover for their particular business. And I can't say categorically for all types of businesses. These are the particular things that you need to look into, the risks that you need to cover. But there's a couple of general points, and yeah, to start with, you need to know the legal requirements. There's actually two types of insurance that are required by law for UK businesses. The first one is the public liability cover. So as soon as you start in business, you need to actually insure the business for risks for injury or problems with people that are going to be involved in your line of business. So if you're a window cleaner, as an example, then if you drop your ladder on somebody while you're cleaning the windows, you've got to be able to insure that risk if they're going to come back and make a claim against you. So that's actually a legal requirement. And the second one is just when you start employing people. So the second part is the employer's liability insurance. So that is you as the business. You've got to cover the risk. Again, this time it's risk of injury or claim made by employees. So it's really to cover the staff of any company. You've got to have that employer's liability insurance. So the good news is that basically a standard type of cover for these two legal requirements, they generally come together for a small business insurance, but it's generally very cheap. It should really only be about maybe £100 per year to cover for both of those for a new business or small business. Quite often you'll find those two legal requirements rolled up into other package type policies, and that's a good place to start actually for the quick tips. So quick tip number one is look for package deals. You will find lots of different types of deal in the business insurance sector, and quite often they'll actually have something that's tailored for your type of business. I'm sure there's very few businesses out there that are totally unique, so I'm sure the insurance companies have generally seen most things before, and they'll have tailored some kind of package that rolls up the legally required insurance along with their standard terms for a particular industry or type of business. So if we run with the window cleaning one, I'm sure if you look out there, there'll be a package deal for window cleaners, which covers all the likely risks for that kind of business. So quick tip number two is to use specialist brokers. And this is particularly useful if you've got an inherently risky business. If you're doing flying lessons or parachute lessons, then I'm sure there's a requirement to actually have a certain level of legal cover. And you might find that there are specialist brokers that operate with that kind of policy. So think about the type of industry that you're in, and then look for the specialist brokers that are going to have developed over a period of time, particularly to look after those requirements. So yeah, especially for the risky side of the industry. So quick tip number four is to think about your industry niche. As I mentioned, if you can actually look to get a package deal perhaps for that's made up with your business in mind or your type of business in mind, then that can be very useful. And also, if you're a member of a trade association for that particular type of industry, then it may well be that they already have specific cover that covers your particular requirements. So think of your industry niche. What sort of business is it? Is there a trade association? And if you're thinking of membership of that kind of association, then does it include the insurance, or is there an option to include the insurance for that type of business? It can be a great way to go, and it's often cheaper than shopping around yourself and trying to shoehorn a different type of policy into your particular requirements. So make sure to try and get the tailored solution. And the last one for the moment is quick tip number 4. Don't forget the transport. It's all too easy to think that because your car is insured for normal private use, then it's going to be fine if you start to deliver around to your customers in the car. It's not. So you've got to use business insurance for not only your own car if you're going to use it in the course of the business, but if you have a van or other works vehicle, then you've got to make sure that you've got the right type of insurance for that business. So don't forget the transport. Make sure it's done separately. There's no point in waiting until there's a problem, because that will be a big headache to sort out afterwards. Much better to get it insured in advance, make sure that you've done your research and get the right policy so that you're actually covered for use in the course of the business. I hope this will be useful for you for setting up the insurance needs for your new business, and just clarifying the issue about what's legally required, and then all the nice to haves, if you like, all the add-on features for a policy that you should be looking for. And I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and see you next time for more quick tips and business videos. Thank you.